Hello you guys, so today is Sunday, May 10th. I didn't even want to be filming. Because, for one, I am not very open on social media about my private life. Not because of the people that are watching usually, it's you guys that I know you. But because you put part of your life in public and you never know who's watching. And you never know their intentions, so you best be wary. And so, when I go online, I'm fairly superficial. I'm well aware of that. I do that purposely. But today, I cannot pretend that everything's okay. I cannot go on pretending that everything's okay because it's not. It is not. I didn't even sleep last night, so let's go straight to the point. It's the moment that I open my mouth that I start bawling. Because I am in disbelief. And yesterday I was in complete denial. Today there won't be a roof party. And today the sky is crying. And I feel it's really fitting. I feel like nature is feeling the same way that I am. Teary. The reason being is because all my future has gone to the flusher. You can partially blame the current situation. Ultimately, you cannot blame the current situation because people take decisions based on themselves, and the circumstances can help or not, but you can overcome the circumstances if you want to. So what I never told you after I left the holiday resort and I stopped vlogging and everything, and I wanted to come out clean today, is that I never truly left the relationship that I was having with the guy that cheated on me. Because he begged me for forgiveness. He promised he would never break my heart ever again. He promised that it was the worst decision that he had ever made in his life and that he wanted to be with me forever and ever. And so I loved him. I was hurt, but I loved him. And given the circumstances that I'm not 19 any longer, I took him back. That was almost 2 years ago when I took him back. And we had already been dating for a long time. By that time we were living together, and I moved back to my parents because things weren't good and I needed some space to clear my mind. Eventually, I'm gonna be brutally honest with you guys, you never, ever, ever trust that person 100% blindfold with as if you were having blindfolds. You always have a little bit of a doubt of everything they tell you. But I thought it was all in my mind. and that everyone deserves a second chance and everyone can mess up at times. And so I took him back. We kept on dating, so much so that we had plans this year to move back in together and start a family. Not kidding you. He talked about us getting married. I wasn't quite sure about that because why do you need a paper? But everything, I wasn't living the fairy tale dream, but everything was okay. And you looked around all the other relationships and you thought, well, they have same issues that we do, same bickering and same good moments. It wasn't bad at all, other than my trust issues. And so we kept on going, and long story short, along comes coronavirus. And we found ourselves confined in different cities. Well, he's in a city, I'm in my town. And he asked me to move in with him for the confinement. And he lives in a truly small apartment. It's a studio. And no balcony, not anything. And I told him, if we're to be at home 24/7, and he never stopped working because he had to be working, essential workers. I told him I'd rather stay in my hometown where I have more space. I know my neighbors. I have a terrace to go outside. I have a balcony. I have a roof to catch some fresh air. And so I told him that, well, we're gonna pull through, and we were FaceTiming every single day, and everything was good. Everything was good. Everything was good. We didn't even have an argument. Yesterday, he sent me a message. He didn't say good morning, and I was like, we need to talk. He never said those words to me, and next week we're changing phase in here. The phase we're staying in, we're going to phase 1. And so I was planning on traveling to go visit him and stay with him for 3-4 days or whatever. And we had agreed with that. And so he didn't even wait to come here. We don't live that far away, just 1 hour away, to tell me what was going on. For me to get there, he just over FaceTime, point blank, he told me, I'm breaking up with you. I cannot do this anymore. I don't feel anything any longer for you. It's not you, it's me, yada, 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 yada. And I quite don't understand that, because a person that is telling you, you're the woman in my life, I love you, that shows that cares for you, a person that has cheated on you and has begged for forgiveness just when I was ready to leave him, because he didn't want for me to leave him, and that he was going to be devastated and he wanted to make things right forever and ever. I trusted him, and now he gives me the coldest shoulder, and he didn't even give me space to get some answers. He just told me, look, I'm hanging up. All I could tell him was, maybe it's the current situation and the isolation that has been affecting you, because I've been able to hang out with my neighbors and my family, because it's a very big house, and anyway, and I've been completely isolated. But that's not the way you do things with a person you've been dating for so long, so many years. Needless to say, I believed him when he told me that we would start our family together. And I feel such a piece of crap right now. Not only because I'm single, and I don't understand why, but because I'm a single 36-year-old woman. And for men, it's whatever. But for us women, society looks down on us. For one, they really do. It's like, she must be faulty. There must be something wrong with her. And so, last Sunday it was his birthday, and we talked about all this, of us starting a family for the 1000th time together, and how he couldn't wait for this week to next week, tomorrow, to arrive for us to see one another again. And all of a sudden, all my dreams of having my own family, my own children and everything, have disappeared. And I am a spinster. And I didn't even choose it, and I cannot understand why. There was no argument, there was no reason. Needless to say, I asked whether there was another woman or not, because that always rested in the back of my mind. He said there's no other woman, so it makes it even more complicated, because if there's someone else, but if there's no one else, and so I sacrificed so much for this guy. I could have gotten good jobs back in Barcelona, and back in Barcelona, in the big city, that I refused time and again because he didn't want to move in there. And he told me that if I were to go live in there, we wouldn't be any longer, and so I declined those jobs. And so I was always looking for employments here in this area, that it's no man's land and jobs are scarce. And I feel so let down that I am lost for words. Maybe now's the time to, when all this nightmare is over, maybe now's the time to get the heck out of this country and start fresh and new, far, far away from here. Because I feel like I'm being deprived of my motherhood rights and when not given my age. And so, what's left for me? And I am hurting. And I didn't want to sit down here and pretend, and I don't know any longer whether to follow with this channel or not because I'm hurting. And I have so many pre-recorded videos. But I didn't even tell the majority of my friends and family. They don't know. Because I feel so pathetic that I don't want to be given the condescending treatment. And of course nobody died. But given my age and given all the promises and all that we had, it's a fucking tragedy, that's what it is. I don't know. That's all that there's to say. See you soon.